Centaur.
Is that the jungler, or is that the 4-position Centaur?
That was a strange pick. Good against Spectre.
I think they just pressure it. Like Rubik, Ricky, Spectre. It's like it's kind of a weak trialing. It's not very damage heavy. They've got like utility and stuff, and they're kind of hard to kill.
Who's playing Centaur? Who's playing?
Who cares? Make the lanes work. They'll figure it out.
All right, who are you taking then?
I think I like OGs better. I'll take OG.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pretty weird jump.
It's very...
4-position Centaur. I'm kind of down to try it. I like OG's lineup either way, whether they run jungle Enigma or
Right. 2 for OG. Are we going to get a full house?
No, we're not. I'm going to go with IG because OG's not playing Illusion Heroes.
But they lost on those.
And they'll lose again.
Okay. Strong stuff from the panel. We like that a lot. 2 for OG, 1 for IG. It's 1 for IG in terms of games so far. Let's see whether they can make it 2 in a row as we head back to our commentary team of Melini and Toby 1.
Yeah, 2 in a row is the question. Will it actually be that? Invictus Gaming, 1 game up, going into game 2. A lot of confidence behind them. OG, though, this isn't their first time to be in a grand final. It definitely won't be their last. I don't think they're going to be too shaken going into this game.
XXS Magnus again?
Again. They're willing to let it happen.
They have way better team fight this time, though.
Yeah.
Warlock, Enigma is very difficult to deal with. Only hard counter, I would say, is Rubik, and it's not even a hard counter. Silencer, I view as a hard counter, same with Venge.
But it's the big question, too. Where does the Enigma end up? We're about to find out in a bit, but like the panel was discussing, is it going to be a 4th position running that Centaur? Is it going to actually be like the switch up? We saw S4 on camera having a bit of a conversation at that last pickup, the debate. And I wonder if the question was, do you still want the Enigma at that point or not? We're going to find out. Let's go into the game as color-wise, you can work it out. Enigma in the hands of the purple.
Jerax
and it will
is
actually
playing.
Jerax.
Yeah.
This is confidence to do it against a Ricky.
That is certainly true. That's why I was like, that's very unlikely that they are going to do it. And Bo2 certainly delivered last game on the Riki. So that's why I would be even more hesitant to do so. Man, this guy was godly at roaming around against an Earth Spirit last game.
You see him invading in. So, okay, well, if you're going to run an Enigma, we send 4 heroes smoked up from Invictus Gaming to invade it into the OG jungle. Ward up some of the camps. And you actually depend, like how much can you protect? You just put observer wards on the high ground near the 2 small camps next to the mid lane? Is that the safety zone?
Not really. Nowhere's really safe from Riki. You have Shrines, which I guess helps a little bit more now because he can't chase you down so far. But you still have issues getting XP, not getting your clarities popped.
Look at the ward
overall,
they're
it's very
doing here
troublesome.
too. Are they going to commit both of the observer wards? Like the first one on the northwest side of the Ancients. Bobica's holding on to his second obs. Because he could just sentry to block up the camps too. So S4 is going to reveal himself. Okay, when you run into an invisible wall like that, you know you just bumped a Ricky.
So Bo2 wants to perhaps snipe the chicken too. There's a lot of things he can do in this early game. And it looks like the first deny will come out onto the top lane. So it's actually OG putting Fly and No-Tail on the top lane, having S4 in that safe lane. Of course, already scouted out by the Centaur, or by the Riki.
Yep.
And now Riki will continue to hunt down Jerax.
Yeah, and Jerax will probably end up just giving him experience. So it won't be like the Riki we saw before with no experience. He'll just watch Jerax very, very closely. And it's the bottom lane where S4 will have a hard time on that Centaur because he's going up against 2. The Rubik will try and push him out of the lane. Spectral Dagger's already flying his way too. S4's got the PMS. So the damage from Q is going to be negligible, especially once returns up for S4. And hello, Riki. Sentry for Sentry is up on the hill, and it's in range, so Jerax doesn't have any vision on the hillside.
And no more sentries, no dust. He's just going to have to go to a different camp. But Bo2's okay to follow. Oh, maybe he's trying to juke him out.
Juke him in the trees. Bobica's like, okay, which way is he going to go? As long as there's no observer ward. But he's got an observer ward sitting up on the top side. So even if Jerax does try and juke this, it's not going to work. Jerax is becoming the courier. That's what he's actually becoming.
That was a very nice attempt to juke, though. I will give him that. That's not something that you see too often. And then Bo2 potentially could have wasted a lot of time. It probably would have worked a lot better if it were nighttime and if that observer weren't there. But Bo2's happy to leech.
Jerax has to be counted the experience. All right, welcome back, everybody. As you may have seen, IG able to claim the first blood with the leaner in the mid, and that is a beautiful start for Invictus Gaming, while Enigma still having issues in the jungle thanks to this Ricky Mara rotation. And welcome back, Merlini.
Hello.
Apologies for the short delay.
Lena had to chase the Invoker very, very far. This is a tough lane, and I thought that Nibu were going to pick in the last series, but potentially thinking that it was going to be a very, very tough matchup, did not opt for it, and looks like Ana is suffering a little bit of the same fate, although OPCS is not amazingly good. Boboka.
He would love to get that courier, but Llamas no.
Enigma is slightly ahead in terms of levels, and they do have that one sentry ward on the high ground, but that does not mean Jerax is free to roam wherever he wants.
Because even taking the courier for himself, bringing boots across the river.
Jerax doesn't have mana for another conversion. What's he actually going to do now? Does he use the Invoker Shrine?
Oh, no, look, he's even trying to bait the last hit out.
And he still got it.
Yeah, it was Boboka who actually claimed it, but now with the battle, Ana brings him the cold snap. Boboka has to put down the smoke screen, but one more attack. Boboka's so low. Oh, he goes in! So close to death, and Boboka will TP out once again.
What, is there a Sunstrike?
Child and rotation in from Q. They get the Light Strike array. Ana tries on the Sunstrike. No, Q will walk into it. The damage from the tower will not enough to bring him down. Invictus Gaming, they're all over OG like a hot rash.
Oh man, Boboka again on this Riki, just causing so many problems. And I think Invoker was caught out there because he's probably thinking, do I hit the Sunstrike? Do I shoot in base? How long is he going to wait for him to TP out? And normally it's the players playing against the Invoker that are constantly fearing for Sunstrike, but it might have gotten him killed right then.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Invictus Gaming, you couldn't have asked for a better start. You do still have the issues, the fact that Centaur as well as Juggernaut are still #1 on the CS board, so on that front, you're still getting a hell of a lot, especially when this happens. The Sunstrike will miss the timing. S4 still has double edge, but he doesn't have to use it, so Burning will lose his life on the off lane.
He was just way too close. He just straight got hit by a hoof stomp.
Overconfidence, lapse of concentration. You'll need a lot more of that. Remember, this is a best of 5.
Normally, people are even more cautious when there's Sunstrike in the game, but not Burning.
Nope. My eyes are on the creeps. My eyes are on the farm, and Boboka, my eyes are on him leeching once again.
Maybe, I mean, potentially he could have even wanted to die, I suppose, to front on top lane, but that's not generally something that you want to do as a Spectre.
Real troubles. The smoke screen is down. He's going to get out of range of it, but with both Laguna Blade plus the Fade Bolt, the damage is too high. They trigger off the dust, and there's not enough real damage, even with Fatal Bonds connecting them. Q's not taking any more hits. Boboka still revealed. Malefice, you have enough mana from Jirax.
Oh, he has to use Invoker Shrine too. That's not good for Invoker. He's already died twice. Normally you fall back to the jungle, formations and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not terribly great for him. Burning, playing around with No-Tail in the top lane, just trying to prevent himself from getting Omni Slash, and No-Tail is not able to connect.
But No-Tail's still happy with this. You force Burning off the lane, like he only just came back up here, and all the damage you take, Burning has to give consumables. You just commit a healing ward. So easy regeneration. It's bringing the attention of the Rubik towards the top. And Ricky is also starting to roam around, so maybe he turns his attention to the top, and this is where Enigma can just start to get proper experience inside the jungle. He'll do it underneath almost the Observer ward that is down there from Invictus Gaming. So that is the upside that IG know exactly what he's doing. And No-Tail, spin TP out, the rotations will be in vain from IG.
Do you see Invoker's net worth right now? Oh my goodness. He is number 8 on net worth.
Number 8 on net worth?
Number 8. Okay, he just went to number 7, but he was number 8.
Yeah, this is not a happy day for Ana. Like that hand of Midas timing, we talked about like Ana being targeted in game 1 with the Alchemist, where it ended up being that late armlet into Radiance timing. But this game is going to be a very late hand of Midas.
XSS feeling that gank out. He has Observer ward, but it's far to the west.
He at least knows that the Enigma has made the maneuver. The maneuver, which may not be read easily, is No-Tail, but actually, yeah, there's another Observer ward back behind the Tier 1, Tier 2 tower up on top lane.
And Boboka is also treading in that area, trying to scout out where exactly this Juggernaut is.
Maybe it could be for the Rubik. Like, the pulls just happen. Like, unless No-Tail, because No-Tail doesn't have a spin TP available. He's got 17 seconds before he can use that. But with only one creep underneath the tower, No-Tail, oh, he jumped out. He'll have to spin to commit to this one, or does he? The pickup is out from Q! There wasn't enough mana. The Mango Charge was available. Stampede will be used just to get Notel out of jail.
Wow, that was almost a sick play from Burning. He spaced himself almost perfectly in between himself and the creep so that it could have just killed the creep and
now
not
the spin with Cold Snap. They need to keep the vision over on bo5, but he could just jump for the Sunstrike. bo5 too fast, too furious. Back to the T1 tower.
That is really bad losing your T1 tower this early in the game. 8 minutes, Invoker has no T1, he has no Shrine, he has Enigma taking up his jungle. He does not have very many places to recover.
There is the big advantage. I'm going to keep looking towards him on that bottom lane. S4 already with the hood up and running, so when he initiates in with the blink, he's going to be able to initiate in and survive. A lot of the damage from Invictus Gaming is not really going to be as effective against him. You look for the damage out from the Lina. Again, he's tanky and resistant against it. And the spec doesn't really do a hell of a lot with the Empower from the Magnus. And the Magnus himself, he's actually got some good CS as well. But it's actually going to go for Arcane Boost. So both Blink Daggers, timing should be roughly the same. But it still feels like OG's going to have a lot more power coming into this 10-15 minute mark. And Notel's coming in again. Burning's already let the Spectral Dagger go. And Notel, Phase Boots on cooldown, he can't reach him, and no Omnislash available either. So he would have had to rely on the spin damage to find the kill.
Yeah, perhaps maybe with a Sunstrike too. The phase is very nice for that situation. Maybe some players would consider the treads for the attack speed benefit with the Empower as well as the extra agility, but the extra phase certainly helps chase people down. He's going to be on top of the Warlock a lot. He has to deal against the Stampede, so phase probably the better choice here.
The Sentry just saw OP go into the tree line. Jirax will try and roam around the side, so at least there's one invisible there. But you don't have Black Hole yet, so the instant stun isn't going to be there yet. But Hoof Stomp is available. But it's going to be top tower being attacked. So smoke up, IG's going to rotate towards the top. Fortification's already gone out, and you've got Notel desperately trying to push this. But with Spin, starts off the TP, and just in time, Invictus Gaming are not there to stop it. They'll be able to stop the push, but the TP went directly to bottom lane. So Notel, after doing the attack, forcing the rotation from Invictus Gaming, they push to bottom lane now.
They could have potentially TP'd in with the Magnus there. If you tried to spin TP, you just RP him because he was very close to the tower, but looks like they did not want to pull Magnus off the bottom lane, or perhaps they did not want to reveal their smoke position on top. But that smoke will not yield anything. Burning still struggling a lot in terms of farm. Maybe not as much as Ana, but still struggling as a Spectre. He will pick up an Iron Talon to just farm up the jungle. But Boca, what you doing?
He wants this. He wants this. I don't know if we can have this. He has to run away back to the safety of the wave. So no Sunstrike damage on him. XXS. Okay, he's a Spectral Dagger. Jump in. RP holding the position. Sunstrike looks like on Burning in the black hole from Jirax. Holding him here. The support is TPing in. It's the Invoker on his way. But can Ana get in range of Burning in time? Jirax, thanks to the stunts, it may be possible. Shockwave out. Jirax is dropping down low. He needs 2 more attacks at least to kill up Burning. One will not do the work. Burning retreats out just in time. And it is run home Burning.
I wonder if Ana's going to try and go for a Sunstrike right here. Nope, he just invoked Alacrity, or actually he just swapped Alacrity. Oh, maybe.
You can see Burning, he's going to Shrine. He's going to Shrine for safety.
Nice and safe play from him. I like how he tries to get involved with kills early, though, as a Spectre.
That was one of the big perks that we always looked at Notel for. Always rotate out in these heroes, which you may be like, oh, maybe I should just continue to farm a little bit longer. But with that spec, you always want to be able to jump in if you can, even if it's just to kill secure with your Spectral Horn.
And he could easily just power farm with the Empower. It's not amazing, but it's still by far better than normal Spectre's farming toolkit. And that was first Black Hole used. No Midnight Pulse on the Enigma. I think he actually scaled 2 in the Malefice to deal with the Riki. Yeah, and it was a big issue that he didn't have enough damage in the Black Hole. Sunstrike came out and it hit before, but no one was actually there to follow up with a Black Hole.
Well, that's a wonderful regeneration rune that lasted maybe 0.01 seconds, thanks to bo5 once again being on the front lines. Bottom lane is where we want to be looking right now, however. TPs have already come down there. And okay, maybe with a jump forward, they go for the Sunstrike. Q's going to walk directly into it. A little bit more damage thanks to Malefice. Q will end up falling, but it's the jump out with the rock down from Fly. You've lost Burning too. Where's your extra stun? Notel gets pulled away with the skewer, but he body blocks up XXS. He can't run away. With all that spin damage going to work, you can at least jump out. There's no Shrine damage, but you've got Laguna Blade. Notel regrets the follow through. The rest of his team wasn't with him, and the survivability just wasn't there either for him.
And a sacrifice will not be in vain. They were able to get a reserve reward up on the shrine, so that's actually pretty good for them. I don't think it's worth his life, but it was still very nice positioning by OG to be able to take advantage of that. But they did commit, what, 2 ultimates for Spectre, definitely worth it. He is actually not going for earn this game on Burning too. Maybe he's just decided that he's too poor and needs to save it for bigger items, but he would have been able to spend a little bit of his unreliable gold right there.
You thinking like direct Radiance?
That's what it seems like. Although Radiance doesn't have the best synergy with the Magnus. Again, you want like an AM type hero, a hard right clicker with tons of attack speed, tons of agility.
Well, do you mess with G-Rex then? Like, do you look for the early diffuser blade, reduce that mana, make Black Hole if he does go for the mech, a little bit more of an issue for him?
Potentially. I'm trying to think of better builds for the Spectre this game. If you want to go for an agility build, perhaps.
He's got Radiance in the quick
yeah,
buy now.
Radiance is kind of the standard. I think if he were going for a right-click build, he would have just come in for Treads a lot earlier and Treads Diffusal Manta instead.
It stops the Blink Dagger if G-Rex wants to go a little bit more aggressive for that fly. Does he want to commit the Sentry? He will. Observer and Sentry is down. bo5 doing the wrap around. It's the Ricky dance.
And that Observer ward is right outside Dire's Sentry ward.
Oh, boy.
bo5 knows something's funny is going on. They're TPing in Rubik from the top side, Magnus from the...
Okay. Oh, we thought he was actually going to come in from the bottom. But no, they're just going to walk in. This will bring him underneath the Observer and Sentry of OG. But the pickup from the Rubik, Spectral Horn forward. The Cloud will actually separate them. G-Rex get a 3-man hole. But where's the follow-up? Nortel wants to come in. Starts off the spin. The damage can be on the Q. The Horn Stomp! Perfect from S4. Catching out 2. The RP will finally be able to connect, skewer him up, Light Striker, and bring him to their knees. OP with the double kill. S4 still once more with a double edge and damage from Ana. They need a little bit more damage than that, but they don't have the Light Striker Ray. Stopping S4. OP able to get a range to the shrine. He's regenerating up quickly. Ana on the run, definitely blast conquering up space. Will be killed up by the shockwave. S4 comes up, Light Striker Ray, the triple kill for OP. Positioning is spectacular.
That was a great Black Hole by Enigma. I thought OP was going to cancel it. He wanted to cast Light Strike Array, but then he kind of just walked into it. So it ended up being a 4-man Black Hole from them, which was pretty big until XSS comboed 2 people with the RP into the Light Strike Array, and Spectre did end up dying there. So this pickup was pretty important. We see Lena slayed from the bottom side, Stampede to close some distance, and I think she could have probably stunned, and the Shockwave was not enough to finish him off. Damage looked like it had already been done. Fatal Bonds, Sunstrike, but look at this RP from XSS right there. And of course he gets the turn back, and that little bit of distance matters a lot.
Yep. It's that timing we're talking about. While it was a little bit hairy in game number 1, obviously we saw the beautiful RPs later on, but it's that timing, it's that skill, it's that mechanic ability that comes out from him, which is the reason why both Ben and I were flagging just how great that is from XXS.
And also, they're much better about using their shrines this game in OG.
Nortel, he just goes for it. There's help here, the rock wall fall, and the Fatal Bonds connecting over on 2. It looks like OG's going to get some freebies in the mid.
Nice Obs Ward and Sentry Ward placement. They definitely did not expect that play from Nortel right there, just gunning for them as soon as that hit. Of course, the Stampede probably caught them off guard too, but they were not ready to fight.
They're trying to run forward. Jirax, Malphus comes off cooldown right now. Burning's making his way forward. Jirax going to give him a bit of a stun, but as Q with the Fade Bolt will find the kill. Nice grab, Laguna Blade as well. The spin, the damage is big from Nortel. He's going to focus down towards Burning. bo5 at the Sunstrike. He doesn't run back into it, neither does Burning. In fact, bo5 goes in. He goes aggressive, looking for the kill over on Nortel. It's not going to happen, however. Both teams will back up. And damn, that Lena comes back quickly. Gotta love talents.
He actually suicided with his Bloodstone. He denied himself during the Omni Slash, it looks like.
Yep.
So
it was only the one kill at the start.
Yeah, they weren't able to get any kills on the Juggernaut there. He almost died at the end. bo5 is not scared too. I thought he was gonna run right into the Sunstrike, but they almost finished the Juggernaut off with that last little bit of the Spectral Dagger. Nice play from him. They're setting up kills where it looks very low probability.
Still a bit of a downside though when you start losing Bloodstone charges at the beginning, but it's no stranger for OP. I mean, it was the opposite way around with his Storm Spirit. But big group up, smoke up, out of range of any Observe Wards of OG, and there are 3 of them on the dire side of the river, but all of them will miss out. The question is now, with those observer wards down, you don't see anyone farming up in the jungle. There's no one pushing the mid lane. There's no one. Okay, we'll now get a little bit of a vision of Spectre farming up the bottom lane, but it's Ana. He's the main target. There it is again with the pickup. He was skewering him back. It still will be enough damage to find the kill. Alacrity stolen as well, but Fatal Bonds connects all 4 heroes of Invictus Gaming.
They didn't even have to commit Haunt for that too. So Spectre can just keep peacefully farming on that right side of the map. That's a pretty good call by him by not to actually Haunt there, because he would have lost out on a lot of farm or had a TP back, both of which aren't particularly good for them. RP down, not the longest cooldown, 120 seconds at all levels, and they need to be a little bit careful about the Enigma just kind of farming up. He was very poor, and he was hindered a lot by the Riki, but now that he has Midas and going to pick up his GPM or cooldown talent fairly soon, he could start getting a lot of gold.
Yeah. Well, might also be worth pushing the Enigma up to level 15. Give him as much space as you possibly can to get that gold talent, get towards the blink, get towards the BKB.
Spectre actually has a lot of gold. It doesn't seem like a lot because he just has phase talent.
He has the recipe sitting in his stash.
Yeah, he has a recipe in his stash, and he's number 2 in net worth. So he's actually doing quite well.
Yeah, but none of us effective net worth. Like OG are maybe also understanding that.
Well, maybe it's a good thing for him. It's like, well, they don't see that I have anything on him. Maybe they don't feel like he's that close to Relic because he did not have the best early game. He was against a Centaur. He gave an early kill. He's 0-3 actually, but he's number 2 on net worth. So I think this score might be deceptive to OG, who think they might actually have more time than they do.
Yep. And I feel they need to focus more on the other heroes. The 6-1 Lina, the 3-1 Magnus.
But you're underestimating Empower if you think that Spectre's going to be poor. You can actually farm Ancients. Spectre farming Ancients is just not something that you're usually used to.
Dire Scan's able to scout out the fact that Juggernaut as well as the Warlock are around there. Obviously, it just ping for multiples, just says someone's in the neighborhood. Also shows the reason why Ana was so confident farming the lane. So actually complete the entire pipe on S4. I was wondering what he would look towards, if you would consider going in for the Aghanim Scepter a little bit faster, but it looks like he wants to complete the entire pipe first.
So now both teams have to start thinking about Roshan. If you're the one that wants to fight, you can force Roshan if you want, if it won't put you in too compromising of a position.
Well, Rock is up, Black Hole is up, and thanks to the Observer Ward down, they see OP farming. But also thanks to that dire Observer Ward planted by IG near the Radiant Ancients, they see a lot more, but the Omni Slash OP completely isolated. Oh, there goes some more Bloodstone charges, but thanks to negative 30 seconds, plus the Bloodstone charges, he is already alive again.
That's 2 ultimates. Not only the Omni Slash, but the Stampede as well. And now they still have 2 big ultimates in the Black Hole and the Warlock ultimate, but Stampede can mitigate a lot of the damage from the Spectre during the Haunt. And the Juggernaut, that's another tool for him to be invulnerable in the team fight. So No-Tail will start on Roach himself, but he's not very strong. They don't have a
Maybe
medallion.
IG doesn't think they're going to do it. As long as Fly's behind them.
They have an Observer Ward way in the back.
Yeah,
close to the Ancients.
And they haven't seen him run away yet, but thanks to the tree line, they don't actually see a hell of a lot. That tree needs to get cut down. They now see the first thing, which is Fly. But Smoke will break. XXS still looking for the initiation. S4 jumps in. The skill will drag him down the RP. Catching 2, plus the stray stun over onto the Centaur. No Stampede available. They're still stuck inside the smoke screen. Warlock will fall. S4 will join him. OP so low. No time's come out. The Roshan pip. The light strike ray holds him there. The Soul Strike. OP does that. OP gets a triple kill in Invictus Gaming. They can do no wrong.
That Observer Ward, though, and the scan, it hit onto IG. They were smoked, but Lina was not smoked. So they actually just thought it was Lina, oh man, what a waste of scan. And they weren't prepared for that sort of fight. They also did not have Stampede disengage. Juggernaut did not have the Omni Slash. And the Lina talent is a really big deal in this situation because they didn't have the spells that they needed to close out that fight cleanly.
Boy.
And that was Radiance.
There they go again. The blink, the skewer, and it goes invis, but he is brought down anyway.
That Observer Ward placement, look at that one. That's Riki too, but Bo2 just setting everything up. Yeah, XSS makes it look easy, but
here we go again.
That was almost a 3-man RP.
It was, thanks to Q, it kind of was. He stole the hook stomp. He was the one that controlled up S4.
Not a spell you want to be giving away. You want to give away Double Edge, and a beautiful stun by OP right here. JRX just zoned out at the start of the fight due to the Spectre Radiance. He knows that he can't really go into the midst of the fight. But that's kind of the payoff that you go for when you go for the Midas first on the Enigma.
He wants this. He's going for the tower, Burning to the navel, but S4's also here, so Burning tries to solo contest Notel. I think he also gives enough respect to the fact that you do have the Omni Slash up. Burning can find himself very quickly dead, and I'm sorry, what?
3 Aquilas.
3 Aquilas? Is this the Ricky build?
It's pretty good damage, I suppose. What do you actually get from the Bass? Aura? You're missing out on a lot of armor, I guess. I mean, that's unusual, to say the least.
Like 2.1 regeneration, great, but you could have afforded a Yule Scepter, which is another way to disable off Enigma's Black Hole.
If you're going for Mass Wraithmans, you might as well upgrade them, right? You might as well.
Really? You're going to say the same thing to a person who's just feeling so far behind they get Mass Braces?
Yo, he has 9 agility, so that's great because it stacks, you double dip because of Empower, right? Right?
Yeah.
I'm not even convincing myself here.
Would you like another straw to clutch?
I mean, it is 9 agility versus a 6 agility on the Wraithman, so you're getting like an extra 4.5 damage per Aquila, which is not bad. That's, you know, almost... It's hard to make a case for, but I can see where if there was a Magnus, it'd be like, okay, Boboka, nice troll, haha, good jokes. But you know, he right clicks a decent amount.
We'll see if it works out. If
it's good mana regen too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except it doesn't give you any extra.
It's like 2.1.
Well, you don't get any. Oh, you don't even get any extra intel. It doesn't actually give you any more mana.
But Boboka thinks we won't question the man who has been so instrumental in IG support rotations.
You can't even flash off your items as a Riki. You can't be like, dude, I got 3 Aquilas. What's up now? Like with a normal hero, you can show up in lane and be like, what is this guy doing? But with a Riki, you don't actually see his items that often.
Maybe it's just like Ricky might have like 3 rings, 3 fingers, so he's got 3 rings.
Where does the other 2 fingers go?
It's a good question.
Oh, come on, put 2 more Aquilas on your quick buy, please.
No,
please, sir.
He has to go to Fusel.
Oh, he does not have to do anything, Toby. No one told him you have to go 3 Aquilas.
He should probably hover around Roshan then. Again, the Observer was down for OG, so they look towards Roshan. TP support is on the way, but that Observer was further to the east, so OG have better information this is coming.
But
every ulti is up, so smoke will be there. The smoke will break. Spectral Hawk comes out. Got to keep your eyes on Roshan. Fly drops the rock, and the Final Boss will connect up OP as well as XXS, so they can't blink in, so they come out to fight. Roshan's still so low, but so is Burning. He can't get out the Midnight Pulse. The concept doesn't work, but Burning! He's still alive on the hill! OP will start doing the work. The OP will hold him there! You can't even kill him! OG lose 4, they lose Roshan!
OP denied himself again to heal up Burning. He's done this so many times throughout this tournament. OG get rolled inside the Roche pit. That was probably the most perfect haunt timing that you can have. Any later, Roche would have died. They would have committed for it. Any earlier, he probably can't actually force a fight there.
Oh, boy.
But the haunt provides vision for the Enigma, so they don't actually care about the Enigma. That's one benefit that Spectre has over any other carry that they would have picked. And Burning, I cannot believe that he survives there.
The fact that Notel was never able to even Omni Slash, he was caught inside, like, he wasn't even caught inside the smoke at the very, very start. He was committing with the spin. Now it's Jirax. He can't Black Hole.
Look
He's
at
actually
those
caught by the
Aquilas.
smoke once again. And what do you do, Jirax?
Okay,
he can't even get the kill. Tricks of the trade will get the kill. But Notel, he'll jump in. The pickup is there from the Rubik. Burning wants to keep fighting. Now the Omni Slash will do his work. His spinning Q, however, Notel has to try and up. Burning is still alive. The Sunstrike will finally put him down. But 3 seconds and the man is back again. Aegis to the Immortal, second life. Nothing of value is lost, apart from maybe the spirits of OG.
Damn. Crushed.
Really, it is. This is beyond crushing right now. Like,
it was close up until that point.
Yeah, it was.
And then a massive drop-off in the net worth as IG pushed themselves to a 15,000 after this tower, probably 16,000 net worth lead.
And if they take the tier 3 town, then they open up shrines as well. XXS is already looking for the kills. They pick him up, and the skewer is just synergy Dota now from Invictus Gaming. And it can still hold the lines. That ice wall has caused problems, but what are you going to do? You're going to go through the cloud? What are you going to do next game? Ban the Ricky in the first 2?
Well, OG are back up. Who needs respawn timer when you're only level 9?
Yep.
Actually, no one's level 9, but they're still pretty low level.
It's not as bad as it was for Fly in the last game. He's level 11 this time around.
Oh, man, this is rough. The Riki with 3 Aquilas can actually pick most people off right now because he has a lot of damage with the Empower. He has 200 damage. Last game, I was talking about him having a lot. He was a little below 200.
XXS, OP, Invis Rune's going to find him, starts the light strike. Array doesn't matter if your agility up. Where's your control? Jirax, he's got the black hole, but he can't do anything. Nortel trying to spin away. You've already got the kill on Adam. S4's going to join him. Skewing back over. Cube can control him up, but it's inside the base. It's burning in a triple kill. It's burning, not actually getting a Fabrica. No. You do not get to have yourself a rampage. Instead, it's Laguna Blade to pick off S4. Everyone's wide from OG, and they would love this nightmare to end. But even if they do, if they tap out now, you know it's 2-0 in favor of IG in this best of 5 finals.
That's how you punish greed. OG are like, they think they can get away with a jungle Enigma, but not when Bo2's in the house.
And everything's turning on him. The IG team, their own heroes could turn against him, and now this crowd is going to start to get to OG. You might have been able to keep your calm, your collective after game number 1, saying, you know, it's all right, guys. Like, that was a good game. It was nice and close. This game, IG, they be styling. And Nortel wants to go again. A quick smoke up. Where's your attack? The Omni slash forward. OP takes the damage. The Hawkstalker won't connect with the Sunstrike. It also doesn't connect. They can't hit these damn abilities. Fly is dying right now to the Ricky Maru. Borberka is trying to go ham, but he will finally be brought down. Nortel will get the 775 gold for it, but you've lost your mid-ranks as well as your melee on bottom.
The Spectre is too farm right now. My goodness. And Invoker also got punished versus Lina. I was like, yeah, okay, maybe they think they can do it, but they couldn't support the mid lane because Enigma is jungling, and Enigma can't jungle because of the Riki. So the Riki just making problems stem from every direction for OG. And
it begs the question, like even in the draft, like how would you solve it? Slaughter was brought
better
up.
Lanes,
Better lanes.
not do a jungler. When's the last time we saw a jungler?
We
Group stage, probably?
That's why the panel was sitting there going, it's a four position centaur because you can't run the jungle against him. Like a roaming, almost like Earthshake style centaur. I don't know.
Well, they thought they could pressure the Spectre lane. Spectre plus Rubik is not very strong. Warlock Juggernaut is way stronger, especially if you have the top first range group denied.
Yep.
So I think that IG preemptively prepare for that, but how could they see the lanes coming? They had the
Good
Riki.
luck, Nortel. S4's coming down for the room, Bo, because there is just done. It's just murder on the dance floor. There goes another one, and it's gone. And you're going to lose the Omni slashing Juggernaut too. 3 heroes gone, 2 of them without buyback, and the line is drawn for IG. Go down mid, rotate top. Arax is on the menu.
It's time to tap out.
It is.
We thought that, oh yeah, Centaur, he's pretty tanky, right? Nope, just dies in 2 seconds. Haunt just kills everyone on the radius side. Their game plan was pretty sound though. They group up. Yep. They have, I think the decision to go for the Midas over the mech on Jerax might have been a little bit hasty for him, just because they weren't even strong enough to do the team fight. Oh my God.
This is GG. Invictus Gaming, 2 games up. Nothing against them in the grand final. They are 1 win away from getting the entire grand final of DAC in a whitewash in front of their home crowd.
I think that's a Boboka MVP if I had to choose. Yeah, he played pretty well in game number 1, but game number 2 was startlingly better.
But what
for
do you,
him.
Okay. You're now reaching the point. It's like, do you start switching up your draft? The Monkey King's been banned out in the first time, but you let Magnus through multiple times. You haven't stopped Burning's farm. Even on Spec, who doesn't synergize as well with the Magnus, it's still finding the openings. How do you change it? It's...
you might need to start picking Alchemist in the first phase. I don't know. They need Illusion Heroes, it seems, because every other game they've just gotten wrecked.
You're not going to get Naga. Well, I don't know.
What do you do in the draft, guys?
Yeah, that's a good question. Panel, what can be done for OG?